Today I'm trying to decide which is the best pocket camera for my needs between the GoPro HERO7 Black and the DJI Osmo Pocket. I'm particularly interested in which one makes for the best travel camera. So let's put the cameras in some challenging situations and see how they fare. First off, there's a fundamental difference between the stabilization systems at play here. The GoPro uses electronic stabilization and the Osmo uses gimbal stabilization. While they both claim to be the ultimate solution, they're both really only half the solution, and different halves at that. So let me explain. There are 6 degrees of motion, 3 translational and 3 rotational. The GoPro stabilizes the 3 translational, and the Osmo stabilizes the 3 rotational. One isn't necessarily better than the other in all situations, but one may be better than the other for your needs. For my needs, the greatest strength of the gimbal is its ability to keep the horizon level. Watch the horizon in this clip. It doesn't even move on the Osmo, while GoPro has no hope of stabilizing it. And then here, while climbing over the rocks, I was paying more attention to my footing than keeping the camera level, and the Osmo just does a great job soaking it right up. Electronic stabilization just can't handle this situation. On the other hand, check out this clip walking up steps. The translational stabilization in the GoPro does a better job of smoothing out the upward motions. The difference between the two systems isn't huge in this example, but the GoPro does a better job. Beyond stabilization, the GoPro has a much wider angle of view, which may be desirable sometimes, but see how it distorts the horizon in this clip and makes for a lot of weirdness where things warp and change shape? The angle of view is adjustable in the GoPro, but you have to drop the resolution down from 4K, so it's a compromise. You could also correct the distortion in software, but that's an extra step that most people are not going to want to do. As for color, the GoPro tends to pump the colors up, as you can see in this clip. This can be attractive sometimes, but it isn't necessarily true to reality. Both the GoPro and Osmo have Pro modes, which give you more control over this, but most people aren't going to want to deal with that extra step. So I'd prefer better performance straight out of the camera. As for exposure, in high dynamic range situations, the GoPro tends to try to keep the sky blue at the expense of underexposing the darker areas. The Osmo seems to prioritize what's in the center of the frame. One isn't universally better than the other, so that really just depends on the situation. No doubt the GoPro can do a lot of things that the Osmo can't easily do, like go underwater. And the world of accessories for GoPro is just so huge. So if I had to choose only one camera, I'd probably choose the GoPro since it can work in pretty much any situation. But in the situations I most encounter while traveling, I think my money's on the Osmo. The flat, level horizons just look more realistic and better to me. So on that note, I'll post links in the description for both cameras and some of my favorite accessories for them. And I'll leave you with my favorite shots from the Osmo. Thanks for watching.